The reason why I hate El Fuerte is because he is a character designed to irritate you and frustrate you, right? He doesn't do huge damage. Well, I should say all the way up until Ultra, he didn't do huge damage. He was about just having a ridiculously good mix-up, but very little reward off of them. So he was just like, whoa, propel. And he was just super, super annoying. But if you hit him, and he would die, and that's really cool, right? So that was kind of the way that they designed him. Well, in Ultra, like, because he was that way, he was also designed not to have a lot of good defense. He didn't have any moves with invincibility. Well, he was bad for the longest of time because these kind of characters are very hard to balance. By nature of their design, I call Fuerte, make you quit kind of characters, right? Zoners and grapplers are that way too, which is why it's always dangerous to make zoners and grapplers really strong, because if you do, and everybody uses them, everybody will stop playing your game, which is a really shitty thing to think, like, oh, okay, so that means grapplers aren't allowed to be top tier. Like, it sucks. Thanks for the sub, JNV. Massive supporter, JNV. I appreciate it. So, yeah, it sucks, but in a way, there is kind of an unwritten rule, of trying not to buff characters that are make you quit characters to be too strong. Well, that's kind of what happened to Fuerte, because they made his EX Quesadilla Bomb a little too good. There's like 2 levels you can charge it, and if it counter hit, it wall bounce you, and you could do another one. I think like 2 Quesadilla Bombs was over 1/5 of your life, just like right there. And I think they gave it a little invincibility on startup. So obviously, Quesadilla Bomb is done by holding 2 buttons and letting go. I'm sorry, EX Quesadilla is done by holding 2 buttons and letting go. And I'm pretty sure you could twister around the buttons and stuff. So like if you swing with a button, you can change the buttons as long as you're still holding 2 of them down or something. They gave him all this stuff, but again, the reason why he played the way he did was because he was super annoying, and that's why they couldn't make him particularly stronger. Well, they really went strong with him, and then he could even, I think it was stand heavy punch into Quesadilla combo now and all this stuff like that. Like, they overdid it on Quesadilla Bomb. That move should have got maybe 1 or 2 buffs, but instead they picked all 4. And so, even though he's not a top tier character, I mean, is he top 5? Probably. And he's just he's such an irritating character to fight because his mobility is too good. You can go, you can just run back and forth, and he had so much control that the only way to make him fair was to make him weak in a lot of other areas. Make you quit characters are always tough to balance because they always tend to either be a little underpowered or a little overpowered. Lily, for example, is one of those characters in my opinion because of the Wind Spire, right? The Windclad Condor Spire is too strong. It's too good of a special move. And so if you buff up a lot of little things to make it so she can do all the other stuff that she's lacking in, she might end up becoming the best character in the game, because every other character in the game, even if it costs them, they have to sit there and charge up, and then an OD Condor Spire move, which did the same thing, which hits 3 times, so it beats the eyes, and is plus on block, and travels across 3/4 of the screen. That character is instantly broken. That character is literally broken as soon as you give them a Windclad OD Condor Spire. I legit think that is the best special move in the game, based on the fact that the best the best counter tactic is to drive reversal it, so you both lose 2 drive gauges, and she loses a wind stock. That is the best option to fight against that move. And so when the best option to fight against the move is literally drive reversal it, that move is really, really freaking strong. So she's in that position, except right now she's in a little weaker position where Fuerte always was. Now, if you give Lily 2 big changes like they did to Fuerte, which they gave like 3 or 4 big changes to the Quesadilla Bomb. If you did that to Lily, she would be broken. Like, even if it was just like, oh, make this thing work better, make this thing. But you see how they keep buffing Lily. It's just like these weird little tiny niche things, because in their playtesting, probably whenever they try to buff something significant, she ends up being broken. And which is why I've always argued that OD Windclad Condor Spire needs to be nerfed. It just needs to be nerfed so that you can open up Lily in a bunch of different other categories. Basically, when you do stuff like that, the characters are starting to homogenize a little bit, right? And so it would definitely be a lot more interesting to keep them different. And Lily is very unique, but she's designed in a way that it's hard to make her stronger without absolutely making her top tier. And that's kind of where Fuerte was. But on top of the fact that that's where Fuerte was, the way Fuerte kills you and the way that he fights is the most irritating thing ever. Like, you fight Fuerte players and it is just absolutely mind-numbingly irritating. And so, like I said, you make an irritating character that strong, and it's just like, half the time you fight a good Fuerte, you're just like, you know what? I don't even want to try. Like, this sucks. This is just stupid. Like, it's literally like the absolute most unfun thing to fight Fuerte. He was unfun to fight when he was not good. And now you made him like top 5 in the game and he's still the same unfun to fight.